Dawn of Time Arc Part 1. Narrator. In a space that exists outside of the dimension and universes of this story, there's Supreme Lord of Light and Chaos who is bored. Crimson. My name is Crimson, and I'm the universe, and I'm the god of light and chaos. Crimson. This story is about my and my friends' journeys on creating different avatars with our abilities. Crimson. Adrian Baylor Mega and Yami, let's go and create some avatars that are going to create life and protect it. Red Saint Yami Adrian Baylor and Mega. Yeah, that's good, and when the time comes, we will make ourselves known to them. Crimson. And in every other Ian or so our avatars will have our power that will our original avatars. Mega. That sounds like a plan. Narrator. Crimson and his friends created their avatars. Crimson avatars were Zeus Hades and Poseidon. Yami Baylor Mega and Adrian avatars were the Olympian gods. Thing goes for Romans methodologies. In the Norse methodology, Crimson avatars were Thor, Loki, Hela and Thor, and Loki's father. In the Norse methodology, Yami Red Saint Mega Baylor and Adrian avatars was everyone else. The setup for all other was the same. Narrator. In lower part of the infinite dimensions, let's go to the with fight Kronos versus Zeus Hades and Poseidon. The big three gods of Olympus. Father, why you try to kill us and eat our siblings? Kronos. That's of the prophecy that my sons Zeus Hades and Poseidon are the god of light and chaos's avatars, while other ones are the avatars are Yami Adrian Baylor and Mega. Zeus Hades and Poseidon. What's the funny thing about the prophecy is three of us are the original avatars of him and our sisters and brothers are the original avatars of his best friends. Zeus Hades and Poseidon. They have been allowing you to believe that you have gained a power. In reality, they have been taking your powers away. Kronos. What are you all saying? Zeus Hades and Poseidon. Sisters and brothers, which all be a dear and finish this fight for out of us. Narrator. Inside of Kronos his stomach energy is exploding and he died. Narrator. Everyone won in the mythology had a peace treaty. Narrator. Before the peace treaties and the big three fighting their father. In the infinite dimension, there was a black infinitude. There was a spark in space that was moving about. Crimson. My name is Crimson, and I'm the universe, and I'm the supreme universe king of all things. Crimson. I found alongside my family and Omni family with the Anunnaki and other gods in other mythologies in many wars. Crimson. Let's go to the planet called Nova in the fourth dimension to see my original avatar / reincarnation. Nova Arc. Narrator. On days leading up to Crimson, the legendary book and prophecy god planet started to glow. Narrator. In the womb of his mother, Crimson was in his mind scape with Omega Grim and despair. Crimson. Hey, hello, you. Who are you all? Omega Grim and despair. Well, that's Crimson. I'm you and you are me. Omega Grim and despair. Crimson, you remember us, but when we. Crimson. I did, but I guess it is part of the way undone since you gave me deja vu. Omega Grim and despair. So you remember how time flows in your mind. Crimson. Yes, one day in here equals to infinite eons, and I get my physical body, I will retain all of my train in here. Omega Grim and despair. Let's begin your training. Narrator. Fallen and Crimson of Dragos fused after the first day. Narrator. For years of mind-scape training and physical training with the Anunnaki, Crimson has met Alicia on Nova and become boyfriend and girlfriend. Narrator. Alicia tell Crimson about their past. Narrator. Lal started his rebellion against the royal family. Crimson. Sun and Moon of Despair. Narrator. Crimson takes out half Lal's men. Lal. Young prince, you must believe that you can beat Crimson. Lal, you think that you are leaving off this planet alive? Narrator. The royal families and Crimson started to beat the living hell of Lal. Narrator. With a single look from Crimson, Lal started to suffocate. Then Crimson powered up the air begins to be toxic and Lal retreated and Nova. Juanita. I think you all have to leave this planet so Crimson can train some more, so he beat him and Bardis. Isis. I hate it, but the best solution for now. Darius's family. We agree with Isis. Narrator. Crimson's family and Alicia arrived on Earth. Crimson. Charlita, Justin, Cornelius, Taeon, and I have had many battles on this planet and we made lifelong friends, but they have all died now. SJCJ. Yup, that's right, but do you still have the mansion? Crimson. Yeah, I think it's in Decatur, Georgia, and in Lithia Springs, Georgia. Narrator. Everyone walks in the house in Lithia Springs, Georgia. Ben. This place looks and feels like home. Crimson. I put a seal around the property. Justin. So I was wondering about the state of this planet. Crimson. The last war we was in the Vietnam War. I may or the countries sign up forever peace treaty, no more wars. Charlita. Crimson, what are you not saying? Crimson. Everyone, which are the leaders of this planet, have a panic button that will call any one of us, and the opposing country will fight us with our powers with seals on them. Neil and Julian. That's the punishment for those who break the peace treaty? Crimson. Yep. Sandra and Ben. Crimson, tomorrow we have to enroll in middle school. Justin. But why? Because we know every single thing about this dimension, because we created it all. Sandra and Ben. We need eyes and ears and to make sure that Lal and Bardas aren't coming here to destroy this planet. Crimson. The day they do come, they will die. Narrator. Outside of time and outside of the dimensions. Crimson. Our avatars are doing well, we made not even need to see them. Yami, Adrian, Mega, and Baylor. Are you getting itchy, Crimson? The threat hasn't shown up yet, so don't impatient. Crimson. Yeah, I know that, but I'm so bored. Well, I'll have to see my original avatar and reincarnation to train with Omega, Grim, and Despair, so I'll see you guys. Oh yeah, when are you guys coming to the Earth? Red, Saint, Baylor, Yami, and Adrian. Our original avatars are coming soon. Mega. I'll be training mine where he's seal up. And I know you have a way for him to come out. By mine avatar will wait on you to set him free. Narrator. So they all started to mediate into their avatar mindscape. Narrator. Back on the Earth in Crimson mindscape. Grim, Omega, and Despair. Who are you? The original Crimson. I think you all already who I am. We look the same. Omega, Grim, and Despair. But it's too early for you to show up. Crimson. I got bored, and I wanted to see my original avatar of myself. By the way, we will have to fuse. Crimson. We've been called Omega, Grim, and Despair still, or Chaos. Omega, Grim, and Despair. But what about the crest on his fore? The original Crimson. The moment when I re-enter my mindscape or my avatar mindscape, the crest got stronger. And I know that he's not in his full power yet. Narrator. They fused into one entity. Narrator. Crimson appears in his mindscape. Crimson. Hey Chaos, I'm here to train. Chaos. I'm guessing that you already know about the change. Crimson. Yes, I know that an avatar of the original Crimson who exists outside of time and the dimensions as well. Chaos. By the way, I'll a key projection of here, but it will have my full power. That's good, let begin your real mindscape training. Crimson. Okay then. Narrator. They all day along with training his family and girlfriend. Taeon. Uncle Crimson, you have gotten stronger yesterday on Friday. Ben and Sandra. Crimson, what kind of training did you do? Crimson. I trained with Chaos, which is the original me, and Omega, Grim, and Despair, and show me the depth of my power while my watered down base and my transformation in my wraith form. I can stack them as well, but that's my final form. Justin. But what about the crest? Crimson. That stays on while we are on the planet, and the crest on our weighted train clothes and our everyday outfits materialize. Justin. Okay then. Narrator. Crimson started to sensing a god power level coming from downtown. Crimson. Lal has made his move on us by sending one of top generals with some of his subordinates. They currently are surrounding the planet. Justin. Let's begin this mission. Narrator. The Omega family arrived where the god energy. Kage. Hey, the Omega family, are you ready to? Crimson. I'll send you to oblivion, you arrogant fool. Kage. Crimson, you not that strong. Narrator. Crimson's power pressure and aura was icy cold. Narrator. Kage started to shake. Crimson. Let introduce myself, arrogant fool, my name Crimson, the supreme and ultimate, the lord of chaos and light. Crimson. That create all things before time exist, since before the all dimension. Kage. No way, you should have died a long time. Crimson. I'm sorry for the disappointment, but I'm living kicking, just made avatar and reincarnated. Kage. But why I'm shaking? Justin. Crimson, please hurry this up and kill him. Crimson. I haven't had fun in a while. Kage. I'm sensing your power and aura, it's at infinity, so what you are saying isn't true. Crimson. Oh really, now let me show why power levels don't matter when you are facing me, the creator, you fool. Narrator. Crimson released his seals of his weighted clothes. And power to 11% of his power. Kage. No way, you can't be that strong. But your power is boundless, this power is like an ocean. Crimson. I'll say more like an ocean with many oceans that has no end sight. Kage. Whatever I can. Crimson. The first primordial god, which is me, come get sent to oblivion, you fool. Narrator. The skies started to split up and natural disasters started to happen. Justin. You have disrespected the strongest good in history. Narrator. On the demon planet. Bardis and Lal. Where is this power coming from? Dante. From the earth. Narrator. Bardis started to shake and no one else realized it. In Bardis's mind. Kage, I hope you return here alive. Lol. This power from isn't a regular god. It feels like this power is that of chaos, but I may be wrong. In Danny's and Baylor's mind. These fools don't know who they are pissing off just by existing. Narrator. Baylor and Danny started to spark without anyone else noticing. Lal and Bardis. Hey Dante, go and get Kage before he dies. Dante. Yes, sir. Narrator. The big three geek gods and the Anunnaki shows up. Zeus, Hades, Poseidon, and the Anunnaki. You all think Crimson didn't tell some to kill anything in a 1 billion light speed away from the Earth and seal that area so as he noticed a foreign power signal. Danielle. Crimson is dead. Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon. You are wrong with that, and only the right ones know who Crimson really is. The Anunnaki. By the way, we are not going to tell you, because Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon will kill us if we reveal that to you. Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon. By the way, Bardis, you only know half of the legend, the full story wasn't put on any tablet on the god planets. The Anunnaki. Crimson is going to kill you too, by watching you all suffer, then he's going to kill you, have a good day. Narrator. The big three gods and the Anunnaki goes back to Nova. In Bardis and Lal's mind. Damn Crimson, are you really? Danielle and Daniel. What are they saying, Crimson is dead? Bardis and Lal. Actually, he's not, but he's not supposed to be this strong. Narrator. Back on the Earth, Crimson power was making the dimensions, universes and galaxies shake. Narrator. Crimson breathes in and out to bring back his power back into his body. Crimson. Now I hope you see your power level doesn't makes a difference to me. Narrator. Holds out his left hand out. Crimson. Chaotic dimensional galactic disaster. Narrator. Crimson's attack put a hole through Kage's chest, but the hole wasn't too fatal. Narrator. Crimson teleported to Kage and holds him up by his throat. Crimson. As a parting gift. Reaper art, dreams of suffering and death. Crimson. Do me a favor, tell Lal and Bardas that Crimson the Lord of Light and Chaos is waiting for them to come. And that they won't survive our fight. By the way, you are not going to heal fast and get out of my sight. Narrator. Kage arrived back on the original demon planet. Baylor and Lal. Kage, are you okay? Kage. Crimson said that he's coming to end both of you, Bardas and Lal. Narrator. Kage passed out from his injuries. Lal. What are we going to do? Bardas and Marinos. We'll have to train and not send no more soldiers there because he will bring chaos, calamity, and despair to us instantly. Narrator. The sky started to shake with lightning strikes hitting where Bardas and Lal was at. Narrator. Crimson arrived to where Bardas and Lal was at. Crimson. Congratulations, you have pissed me off completely. It does not matter what you do because the original Lord of Chaos, Calamity, and Light, which is me, I'm coming for y'all. Narrator. Crimson made chaotic godly blood clones and the Crimson and his clones in the skies. Crimson. As a hello and a parting gift except for the innocent and the spies Reaper art. Reaper's voice of song and dreams of suffering and death. Narrator. Crimson returned home. Narrator. Back on the demon planet, everyone was having a nightmare expect for Danny and Baylor in the citizens of the demon planets, but Bardas and Lal's men across the demon planets were having nightmares. Narrator. Crimson and his family were training until there was a knock on the door. Narrator. Crimson opens up the door. Shu, Matthew, Jade, Yami, Red Saint, and Adrian, Dre, and Dion. Hello, long time no see, Crimson/King Crimson. Crimson. Hey, come in. Mom and we have company. Ben and Sandra. Crimson, who is it? Crimson. Matthew, Jade, and their son Dante and Jay's sons, Red Saint, Yami, and Adrian. Red Saint, Yami, and Adrian. Crimson, we need to talk. Narrator. Crimson takes Adrian, Red Saint, and Yami to the training room. Red Saint and Yami. So why you did power that far up for? Crimson. To send a message to our enemies that I won't let them breathe. I'm the supreme ultimate Lord of Chaos and Light. Red Saint, Yami, and Adrian. We know that, but next time be careful. Crimson. So how is Megas or Mega doing? Red Saint, Yami, and Adrian. He's been doing good, he has finished some of his training. Crimson. I'll go get after we deal with Lal and Bardas. Red Saint. Astro is moving around and trying find out a way to set Cloud free. Pitch Black is okay and waiting for you to come and set him free. Crimson. Okay, then I'll get Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon to set Pitch Black. Narrator. Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon and the Anunnaki arrived. Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon. We'll go get Pitch Black and Nebula right now. On the other hand, unseal the memories of everyone in the royal families and the Anunnaki about Pitch Black betrayal. Crimson. That's done and done. Narrator. The Olympias left the training room. Yami and Adrian. Danny and Baylor has told us that you scared the shit of his uncle soldiers. They are wondering when they drop their act. Crimson. Tell them I said soon, but are you guys staying on the earth? Red Saint, Yami, and Adrian. For a long time because Queen Juanita told us to watch the earth as well. Osiris and Isis. My nephew, how you been? Crimson. Auntie Isis and Uncle Osiris, I have been doing good. How about it all, y'all? The Anunnaki. We doing good. Anubis and Horse. Crimson, it time to start your training on the moon, underworld, and sun. Crimson. Okay. The Day of Darkness, Fall, Arc, Part 1. Narrator. On the demon planet, people were suffering from sleep lost. Bardas. Man, everyone from all the demon planets, top generals, has. Marinos. That they are all suffering from hearing Crimson's voice and witnesses their own deaths over and over again. Lol. I want Crimson to make it quick, they want to put an end to their suffering. Bardas. Crimson has proven his point. Marinos. Bardas, don't forget he likes to break his enemy's mind and spirit before he kills them. Dante. Maybe if we destroy his loved ones on Nova Hill. Lol. Are you stupid? Ian Bardas has done it in the past and this is the end result of our dumb decision. Daniel. Do you think he cares about the past? Marinos. Are you stupid? Why do you think he's hell-bent on killing Lol Bardas and myself for? Daniel. What did you all did? Bardas. Back on Phoenix Hive, I was his father's best friend until I found out something I just asked for, then later I went a path of destruction. Lol. Years later, I met Bardas and I joined up with Bardas, the rest is history. The moral of the story is we fucked up. Narrator. Their soldiers look with sympathy. Narrator. Back on the earth. Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon arrived with Pitch Black and Nebula with them. Crimson. Long time no see, Pitch and Nebula. Nebula and Pitch Black. We miss you all too. Nebula. By the way, all was undercover as Astro's soldier. He said he has a way to free Phantom. Crimson. No, he can't be that stupid. Sandra and Ben. Crimson, what are you saying? Crimson. Soul-to-soul combination with the strongest and eldest soul taking over the host body. Red Saint. I feel like someone is pulling the strings behind. Nebula. You are right about that. Yami and Adrian. It's Cloud, or better the one who took over him. Crimson. You are right about that because when Justin and I were training him he. Damn it, hey Dad and Mom, did the King and Queen of the Darkness universe have a son? Ben and Sandra. Why does that matter when they don't exist anymore? Crimson. Maybe he saw y'all destroy his universe before you all destroyed his universe. Sandra and Ben. Yeah, they did had a son, his was Mega Void, we are unsure if he survived or not. Narrator. In a place where time doesn't exist. Crimson, original. I feel like I'm missing important. Yami, Adrian, Mega, and Baylor. What's feel important? Crimson. I'll be right back. Ben and Sandra look familiar to me. Narrator. Crimson goes to the third dimension. Somewhere in the infinitude on a planet where nothing but dragons live on, one red universal colored dragon in human form stopped his training with his son. Sage. Asher, well done on training, but I have other matters to deal with at the moment. Asher. What's wrong, father? Narrator. Chaos, the universal dragon, appears behind Sage. Chaos. Hello, old friend. Sage. Hey Chaos, are you sensing the same thing as me as well? Chaos. My question is why now? Narrator. Baylor, original, Yami, original, and Mega, original, appeared beside the two dragons. Yami, Baylor, and Mega. Well, maybe it's because he's seen his parents again. Sage and Chaos. Are you saying? Baylor, Yami, Adrian, and Mega. What we mean, he had friends and family before we become the only primordial gods that were left. Baylor. They told us that they were going to create avatars, then they all gave him their powers. Sage and Chaos. We understand, so the Omni family and Omega family were always there. Yami, Adrian, Mega, and Baylor. Yep. Narrator. Chaos, Crimson original, arrived in the house where everyone else was at. Crimson. Chaos, hey, why are you? Chaos. Mom and Dad, how are you guys still alive and are everyone else? Ben and Sandra. The Omni and Omega family are both alive and well. Chaos. But why did you all leave? Narrator. Everyone appears in the house. Sandra and Ben seals up the room. Sandra and Ben. The elder read a prophecy that our youngest son, which is you, will be the one to start up the Omniverse and protect it with his last remain best friends, but he have to believe that he and his friends were the only primordials left and they would create avatars. Chaos. So you all started your own reincarnation and avatar cycle, because that's why I can sense the original chaos power from all of you from our home. Sandra and Ben. Yeah, but continue with the prophecy. It said, or the elder said, that our youngest son will have to defeat the supreme darkness that his 100 times great-grandparents sealed away. Chaos. I guess it's time for me to become one with my original avatar. Crimson. Chaos, so I'm ready to complete training, so call everyone. When I say everyone I mean Chaos and Sage the Anunnaki and etc. Alicia. What about school and me? Crimson. Don't worry about that, we are all going together and we are leaving blood clones here. Alicia. Okay then. Narrator. Everyone left the third dimension and arrive at where Crimson was actually from. Alicia. This feel like the Crimson Nova dimension, Exenda Dragos, Phoenix, Hive, Chlor, and Nova. I feel at home. Ben and Sandra. That's because when Crimson created these places he wanted to feel like home. Yami, Adrian, and Baylor, Sage, and Chaos. Hello, welcome. Narrator. Everyone was training all day every day until they broke their limit on their powers and kept on their training until had complete mastery of their primordial god power, the royal families. Crimson. Wow, I'm back at full power. Adrian, Yami, and Baylor. So, is the clone of you still there? Crimson. The one who on the throne at home. Crimson. Yeah, he is. By the way, he's not my original avatar, but he is my avatar now. As the clones on Earth, they are all at a new watered-down power level. Aura, Asher, Sage, and Chaos. Hey Crimson, can we come to Earth? Crimson. Okay, I know you guys have made clones to stay your proper place, so it's cool. Narrator. New dragon show up behind Crimson. Haze. My lord, can I you as well? Crimson. Yeah. Narrator. They all return to the house in Lithia Springs, Georgia. The Day of Darkness, Fall, Arc, Part 2. Justin. We made it before the fighting championships. Taeyeon. So are we going to compete in them? Sandra and Ben. Of course we will. Narrator. Crimson sensed a familiar but friendly energies coming from downtown. Crimson. I'm sensing that someone else is here. Sandra and Ben. Crimson, are they a threat to the Earth? Crimson. Mom and Dad know, but they are hurt back. I'll go check. Adrian, Yami, Asher. We will be coming with you. Crimson. Okay then. Narrator. They noticed that the godly energies disappeared, but they found where the power was coming from. Crimson. What the fuck happened? Hannah, Sean, Trey, Emma, and Ski. We have to go back home and get them healed up. Narrator. Asher, Adrian, Yami, and Crimson return back with Hannah, Sean, Emma, Trey, and Ski. Ben and Sandra. Who did this to them? Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon. It was Astro, and he attacking the second Crimson Nova dimension. Crimson. How much of our home have you destroyed? Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon. Most likely half of the planets, and he's enslaved some of them. Crimson. I'll be back when I skin Astro alive. Astro will be facing the creator of all, not his teacher. Narrator. Crimson teleported to where sensed Astro's power level. Crimson. Astro, this is your last days living. Astro. Yeah, right, I have surpassed you, Crimson. Narrator. Crimson power pressure and aura alone shaking the whole entire omniverse. The skies started to break apart. Multiple celestial bodies of stars, suns, moons started to move closer. The underworld started to open. Narrator. Astro was shaking from Crimson's power and aura alone. Astro. Impossible, Crimson, who are you really? Crimson. The supreme primordial god of light and chaos. Narrator. Crimson teleported in front of Astro and started to beat the hell out of him. Crimson. I'm not finished yet, come back. Astro. I won't be stopping my plans. Crimson. You naive boy, you killed Red's parents, turning him into an orphan. Well, should say his avatar. Narrator. Red Saint show up. Red Saint. I'll kill you myself slowly, boy. Narrator. Red Saint power potent, just like Crimson's power. Astro. Red Saint, you are a primordial god as well. Red Saint. Yeah, back when we were training, I had to hold back a lot on my best friend Crimson's orders. Astro. You all kept secrets from me, and everyone as well. Crimson. The right people know the secret though. Astro. Hold. Narrator. The royal families showed up alongside Yami and Adrian. The royal families. Yes, fool, we made you believe that you can beat us, because we are all primordial gods. Crimson. Now Forbidden Phoenix Reaper art, voice and dream of death, now suffer and go insane. Narrator. Astro goes back home with Crimson and Red Saint, returns to the house on Earth. Ben and Sandra. Crimson and Red Saint, how did the reunion went? Crimson and Red Saint. Well, Astro knows how to fear now. Yami and Adrian. Ungrateful brat, and what's next? Crimson. It's time to set Mega free from. Narrator. Crimson gets a telepathic call from Mega. Mega. Crimson, he's ready to be free, so. Crimson. I'm going to set you free. Mega. Okay then, Crimson, how long? Narrator. Crimson appears in the seal where Megas was at. Crimson. Right now, my old friend. Narrator. Crimson breaks the seal by powering up. Megas. Crimson, happy to see you, old friend, where is everyone at? Crimson. On a planet called Earth. By the way, Mega, you're. Mega. Crimson, I know about that seal. Crimson. Okay. Narrator. Crimson returns home with Megas. Narrator. On the demon planet, Bardas and Lal are still talking to their soldiers. Dante. What's the plan now? Marinos. For now, since we know that he cannot use his full power on the Earth, we can attack him. Lal. Well, one group is doing that, we will attack the Nova. Bardas. That won't work, but okay then. Baylor and Danny. Are you all foolish and stupid? Just waited on a better. Marinos. Shut up, boy, and respect your father. Narrator. Baylor's power spiked up with authority. Danny. Father, you have done it now. Narrator. Crimson feels Baylor's power and teleported to him. Bardas. Baylor, your power level feels like a primordial god like Crimson. Crimson. Hey Baylor, what are you doing? Baylor. I'm sick of listening to these ungrateful little gods who we gave power to. It's time for them all to die and face oblivion. Crimson. I thought I was the impatient one. Danny and Baylor. Crimson, what are you saying you are? Baylor. Crimson, we have been watching these atrocities that they have been creating and doing for a long time now, from our true home. Crimson. You have fused with your original self and trained with him. Baylor. Yeah, we finished our training right at the time as everyone else did. Crimson. By the way, the gang is back together again, isn't that right? Narrator. Megas, Adrian, Yami and Red Saint appeared right beside Crimson. Adrian, Yami, Mega and Red Saint. Yes, it is the original primordial powerhouses of the Omniverse. Crimson. The undercover mission is over now. Danny, go to the house on the Earth. Danny. Okay, please, Supreme Lord Crimson, make them all suffer for all the innocent lives that they took. Dominique and Danielle. Danny, you mother-fucking traitor. Danny. Baylor, and I wasn't really on your side from the start. Think about the soldiers that die in training or in the field in accidents. Baylor. Newsflash, they wasn't accident, we did them on purpose. In my case, I made half of them cease to exist. Bardas. I'm your uncle, Baylor. Narrator. Red Saint, Baylor, Adrian, Mega, Yami and Crimson started to laugh. Baylor. I was as a primordial god alone with my friends. So everyone here expect for Crimson parents were told by the original us. The only reason Crimson's parents and family knew it because they are the avatars of the original. Though my mom isn't my original mother, see as my mother, and I love her, but you narcissistic bastard, I just see you as a creation that I need to end. Narrator. Bardas started to attack Baylor with no sense. Bardas. Are those training sessions we had? Baylor. Oblivion stream. Crimson. Hey lol, and everyone on this planet, it's to see Oblivion. Crimson White Dragon Star Oblivion Destruction. Baylor. Who is training who? You wasn't training me. I was holding back the whole entire time because of the crest on my forehead holds back my true primordial powers. The only people that can you give me a decent spar are my friends. Now it's time for you to not exist. Baylor. Oblivion stream. Crimson. Hey lol, and everyone on this planet, it's to see Oblivion. Crimson White Dragon Star Oblivion Destruction. Narrator. The whole entire planet and the planet's Marinos and Bardas created went and came from and to were gone. Crimson and his friends returned back to the earth. Ben and Sandra. It's done. Are they gone? Crimson. Everyone and everything that created and came from is gone.